국제법정 20년 주년이 돌아왔습니다. 이 국제법정이 참 중요하다고 생각하고 그날 기쁜 날이었습니다. 저는 어떠한 일들에도 가고 싶었는데 이 코로나 때문에 너무 참 힘들고 가지 못하는 걸 용서하시고 지금 생존해 계시는 우리 여러 피해자들 힘내시고 위안부 문제 해결하면 세계가 평화로워지고 어떤가는 대한민국 또 일본이 사자하고 해결하면 둘째가는 일본이 될 겁니다. 이 위안부 문제 해결하는 단체 여러분들 우리 꼭 힘내시고 저는 나이 아주 이제 90세입니다. 아주 젊습니다. 저기 열심히 끝까지 여러분과 같이 하겠습니다. 야야야 내 나이가 어때서 활동하는데 나이가 있나요? 아싸 마음도 하나요 느낌도 하나요 모든 분이 전부 내 편인데 눈물이 나네요. 내 나이가 어때서 활동하기 딱 좋은 나이인데 어느 날 우연히 거울 속에 비춰진 내 모습을 바라보면서 세월아 비껴라 내 나이가 어때서 활동하기 딱 좋은 나이인데 사랑합니다. 건강하세요. 저는 끝까지 일본하고 싸우겠습니다. 아직까지 나이 젊습니다. 사랑하기 딱 좋은 게 아니고 활동하기 딱 좋은 나이입니다. 감사합니다.
And the organization of transport. These acts constitute violations of Japan's treaty to the women.
Firstly, I would like to thank all of those involved for organizing this event to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the Women's International War Crimes Tribunal for the trial of Japan's military sexual slavery. The tribunal deserves to be celebrated. It was an amazing response by domestic, regional, and global women's activists, as well as the survivors, to correct the failure of the international justice system to punish gendered crimes following World War II. The effort it took to bring together such a vast array of evidence, both documentary and oral, should not be forgotten. One of the tribunal's accomplishments was demonstrating to the global community what can be achieved when a group of dedicated women and men decide to work together in order to rectify the discriminatory application of international law due to colonization. The tenacity of the women in searching for justice, along with their willingness to speak publicly and in detail of their experiences, has given courage to women in other regions of the world to organize and to find methods of naming and shaming those who continue to assault the dignity of women. Sadly, the government of Japan continues to ignore the negative comments it has received in the recent decision of the tribunal's judges, the opinions of numerous human rights bodies of the United Nations, and the calls of the International Labour Organization to acknowledge the wrongs committed by its then military and to fulfill its obligation to provide adequate restitution and reparations. In contrast, the work of the tribunal, including its judgment, have been positively reviewed and discussed by international lawyers, individuals working at the International Criminal Court, and academics. It also has provided a model for non-government groups and individuals seeking to deal with mass atrocities committed in their countries and regions. All of this means that The legacy of the tribunal will continue to have an influence globally for many years to come. I would like to think that the documents from the tribunal, along with other materials on the comfort women, will eventually become part of the UNESCO Memory of the World Register. In closing, I would like to pay tribute to the women of Korea who bravely spoke out about their trauma and pain and thus paved the way for significant changes in both international humanitarian law and international criminal law. Thank you.
Formally would ask you to reopen the proceedings of the Tokyo Tribunal.
Hello, I'm Patricia Vizera-Sellers. I had the honor to be the co-prosecutor at the Women's International Tribunal in 2000. I send my warm greetings today to the organizers and the participants in Seoul, Korea, and in Tokyo, Japan, those of you who are attending the 20th anniversary of the tribunal. I stand with you in solidarity as you celebrate and commemorate the Women's Tribunal. I stand with you in respect as you continue to demand legal redress and official recognition of the crimes committed against the comfort women. Most deeply, I send my greetings and I offer my respect and gratitude to the comfort women, the Lolas, Himoni, the grandmothers, both those who are among us physically and those who live with us spiritually. I'm still nourished by your courage and by your humanity. When asked, what is the historical significance of the Women's International Tribunal, I respond that the very resolve of civil society activists to create an international judicial mechanism, albeit symbolic, in order to refute the denial of military sexual slavery was brave and bold. The Women's Tribunal's tenacity derived from and was strengthened by the courage of the comfort women and the audacity of their horrific truth. History's denying and misconstruing the comfort women's lives is slowly now being recognized and rectified, whether it be in school or by artists, by human rights organizations, and by certain governments. When asked what is the effect of the Women's International Tribunal, I respond that since 2000, other symbolic trials have been set up, and they include, always, crimes of sexual violence and sexual slavery. Tribunals have been created in Guatemala, Indonesia, Sarajevo, Iran. Next year, a symbolic tribunal will be held in Africa concerning wartime female slavery. These civil society tribunals that take justice in their own hands are really the children of the Women's International Tribunal. When asked what resolution can be respected concerning an apology, reparations, or the return of dignity that is due the comfort women, I respond that 20 years ago, after the Women's International Tribunal, here we stand, here you are, organizers and participants determined. The tribunal remains an important historic event, a testament, a foundational step in the reclamation of justice. And I respond that the vigor of the new activists and the experience and wisdom of 30 years of activism continues to be powered by the courage of the comfort women. Dignified redress and resolution are on the political horizon. It is the only humanly way forward. It is our resolve, and it is our promise to the grandmothers. I wish you a very successful conference.
To any government or any power, but this court is not only.
우리가 원하는 거는 이거는 사죄라고요. 그런데 사죄할 의무는 없다고 그랬다고. 그 일본이 저러는데 할머니들은 돌아가시니까 이대로는 안 되겠다. 그래서 정말 마츠기야 요리가 참 굉장한 생각을 해낸 거지. 법정을 한다고 그럴 때 아주 열심히 우리는 같이 일을 했지요. 이것이 뭐냐 하면은 이 세상에 모든 단체라든지 정부에 속해 있는 그러한 뭐랄까 사법기관이 아니라 이거는 온 세계의 시민의 양심이 하나의 그 무력을 힘으로 삼고 있는 이 악이라면은 악을 심판하는 한 차원 높은, 아마 내가 생각했던 거는 종교적인 차원이지도 몰라. 다시 말해서 세상의 질서가 말하는 그러한 재판이 아니라, 법정이 아니라 한 차원 높은 인간의 양심의 재판으로서의 법정을 갖다가 꿈꾼 거라고요.
위안부라는 것을 인정을 안 하고 있다고. 아베도 말 안 하고 지금 저 사람도 말. 총리가 됐잖아요, 이제 정식으로. 그 사람도 안 하고 있다고. 한국 여자 데려다가 말이지 위안부 만들었다는 거 그거 하면 그때는 축하한다고 내가 그럴 거야. 지금 안 해.